You are now tapped into That's What I'm Saying, the Grown Folks podcast for hip hop, entertainment, dating, relationships, sex, and those social issues affecting our communities from a sometimes ratchet, but mostly woke perspective. So I'm Shaun.
And I'm Shatara. Hey, hey, hey. Really quick little PSA for y'all. Follow That's What I'm Saying in your podcast app and turn on automatic downloads. It is free and it helps us keep making the show going. Blah, 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 blah.
Go back. You're now tapped into That's What I'm Saying, the Grown Folks podcast for hip hop, entertainment, dating, sex, relationships, and those social issues affecting our communities from a sometimes ratchet, because you know me and my sister do, but mostly woke perspective. So I'm Shaun.
And I'm Shatara. Hey, y'all. Hey. Quick little PSA. Follow That's What I'm Saying in your podcast app and turn on automatic downloads. It's free and it helps us keep making the show. Also, if you would like to be a show sponsor, use a link tree in the notes and select Become a Sponsor. You can do it.
And y'all, we are everywhere. So our podcast home is on Acast and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, and you can watch us weekdays on Island TV. Download the Island TV app. You can also catch us on YouTube. And if you want to be a guest on the show or you have a question for the Weekend D report, leave us a voicemail. You can go and send us a message. Just go to our link tree, scroll down to the bottom, and leave us a voice message.
Yes. Family, we built a very special members corner on Supercast. It's only $4.99 a month. You'll get access to a monthly live show with Q&As with us and exclusive access to the private Twist Pod fam. Facebook group is live, y'all. I promise you. We're our Twist Pod fam. We in the building. It's me, my sister, all of us, and we'll call each other family. You like that? Members get to vote on topics for future shows, shout outs, behind the scenes, all of it. So hit the link in the notes to join Twist Pod Live.
Also, y'all follow us on Instagram at TwizPod. And if you are a brand looking to get more exposure for your product or your service, tap our link tree again and just hit sponsor us, and we'll get back to you in a few minutes. So, all right, fam, let's get into it. All right. So, Shatara, what are we calling this episode?
We calling this episode Bad About It.
Represent.
You know who says bad about it?
All them dollars at. Okay, so the funny thing is, a funny thing on the way to Vegas. So we went to Vegas for the Tears for Fears concert. I got the Tears for Fears t-shirt on right here. You know, there's my favorite. And we did not know that it was the Versus. It was Versus with No Limit versus Cash Money Records. So we saw them actually, right? I mean, they was coming in there. It was the Fountain Blue was the No Limit hotel.
Hub.
Would you say
hub.
that, right?
It was the hub. That was the ironic thing about it. So before, we had figured out that like, oh shoot, we should have stayed an extra day. The Gremlin game was going. We had the versus battle, but hey, whatever's meant to be.
We wanted to see two white guys in their 60s from
and
Bath, England, which I loved.
For those of y'all who don't know who Tears for Fears is, can you give them the hit? Go ahead.
Come on now. If you don't know Shout or Everybody Wants to Rule the World, where have you been?
Yes. Sing Shout for a minute.
Shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Don't make me. Man.
We were there for that. But
my gosh.
As we were there for that, tapping our foot.
Did I invite you for your birthday? Was it your birthday present?
That was my birthday's in a few hours. Hey,
yes.
Thank you.
Hey, happy birthday.
The No Limit soldiers were walking in, and everybody with military was coming in. I was waiting for a tank to come
right? I mean, it was so organized. So we didn't actually see the show. I just saw clips of it afterward. But we did go to Live. We did go that night with Metro Boomin. You know, it was a little, but okay. So the Verses, anyway. So from what I understand, you know, a lot of people were praising No Limits, their presence, the stage presence. I mean, you got Master P, just the overall production. They were getting a lot of thumbs up for that. They even brought out Mia X. Remember Mia X?
Mama
she
Mia
had the pineapple, the hair back in the day.
Yeah.
So they said that like one of her performances, like she did not miss a beat. She was dope.
You still got it?
Juvenile, yep. Juvenile also, you know, Juvenile has been steady, I think, in his career. And, you know, I mean, he basically put the whole label on his back. So there was some standout
Yes.
performances. And then, this was really it's Southern hip hop. And it's so interesting, because I mean, at least I know I grew up in that era, right? But that music that was coming from the South, specifically New Orleans, was
Mhm.
so different. Obviously, it's very influential, but it was so different back in the day. For me, what you think?
I liked it. I liked it. When you
I mean,
had
I
that,
liked it, but
they
was
always
you
had like
banging
like
it?
a symphony, like doom, 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 and that whole back that thing up the way it started. Like, what do you
But
know?
that was back that thing up, right? And that
What's
was
about to
that was
happen?
like kind of later, but so basically, a lot was being said about No Limit. Like they came through very organized, very military, and then most of the talk was about Cash Money or who was missing in Cash Money. Obviously, that was Lil Wayne.
I thought he was
And when
there.
uh-huh.
And you told no, I thought he was there. You told me the big thing was that he was not there. They needed him.
Yeah, they absolutely needed him because honestly, when I think of Cash Money, the only person I think of is Lil Wayne. I mean, can you who?
No, I was just thinking I needed him to sing that verse after you break it up, then stop, then what, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. He needed to be there for that.
CMB. CMB. We all we got. Well, he was not there. So, the criticism was really saying, that it was kind of corny coming from Cash Money,
Mm,
because they wasn't bringing it. And that's Cash Money. What's that? That's Juvenile and
mhm.
BG. I mean, after that,
Baby,
and
baby.
I don't know if I would be able to identify. I know I'd be able to identify Juvenile, but I don't know if I'd be able to identify BG.
Well,
Cause I seen a
baby.
picture of him and I was like, that's not who I thought BG was.
No, he got his teeth. He got new teeth.
Oh, is that what it is?
So that whole smile, let me tell you, smile is everything, sir. That whole smile is new. It's so fresh, and it's not gold. So Juvenile
Oh,
has the gold teeth, and even there's a picture of him. He's like smiling. It looks like he's like a third grade class picture.
Woody.
Baby, he just cheesing. So Juvenile, we already know he spits differently. So when you say like when that music came in, it showed us
It's
over
this.
here on this side of the world, on the East Coast, it showed us a whole different like, oh,
It was
okay,
really different. I remember back in the day
I like it.
when No Limit had come out, we'll talk about that later, but like all the CDs cuz they was making movies like back then and I would go to
Yeah.
there was this African guy that would sell the movies and what he did was he rented out a storage room up in Harlem up off
Harlem.
Broadway.
Uh-oh.
Right, and you would go to his storage facility, and he'd bring it up, whatever, and he had all the movies. He
Oh,
had
sweet.
everything. So that's how I would get the No Limit movies, and I think between they might have been $10, between $5 and $10, but
Mhm, mhm.
that was the hookup. I had that hookup. That was the plug
Ooh.
with the
Ooh.
dude. Yeah. So basically, people were just saying that with a battle versus battle, No Limit obviously won. They were more prepared, better performance, and it was just better all the way around. So it was interesting that we were there in Vegas, but we wasn't there for that.
Well,
That's
it's so
funny.
funny because at the concert that we were at, we were probably the only people of color, which is
You kept
fine.
saying that, right? But I mean, I
I,
saw.
I let's say out of how many?
I mean, it was definitely. I mean, first of all, we were dressed. No, everybody came there, and that's cool because that's the kind of the crowd that they drew. Tears for Fears. It was,
It was
very much
fun. But how
chill.
many people were you? I'm just
We
how
can
many
count it
people?
on our hands. I mean,
No, no, no,
yeah,
no. So how many people in general were in the whole theater?
about 3,000.
So out
It
of
was about 3,000
3,000
people.
people, you can probably count on your hands if there were. I know we were two of them. Out of all the black folk, we were probably
Well,
two.
one of the backup singers on
Yes,
stage,
yes, yes. We figured her
it was
out.
a
Yeah, she
sister.
could blow. Yep. So it's probably okay. So and the whole color thing didn't even matter because everybody was jamming, we
No,
was rocking. It wasn't even a big deal. But it was funny that we were there, tiptoeing in our heels, having a good time, shouting it out, and then we come out in the middle and the soldiers are walking by like, "Where you coming from?" We like, "Where you coming from? Where you coming from? You got your army grenade outfit on, do you?
oh, your camouflage.
You
All
got your
right.
fatigues on. Is that a big gold chain you got on, sir? Ooh, that's a big chain." Ooh,
Oh
it's a big
man.
chain you got on
Wait,
there, sir.
I was laughing because who do we see in the lobby was Christian Combs, Puffy's son. And what did you say?
I don't wanna repeat what I said because it wasn't very, It wasn't very nice of
It
me.
was funny though.
I know. Sometimes that's the shit terrible. It was funny, wasn't it? Woo! I said, "Who's that gallant young man standing there looking like his chain is about to just tip him over? Just the bones clank, 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 clank." He was a frail little
Oh
son.
man.
Yeah,
Oh man. It
it
was definitely a good time though. I love Vegas. Did you enjoy? I
was a good
enjoyed it so
time. It was a
much.
good time. Yeah, I need a project chick. Oh,
That was my shit. I did like that song.
uh, uh, so we
Juvenile.
know the jams. You know, it was like,
Yeah.
hold on. We know the jams. We just weren't there for that concert. But
It was a good time. All right.
next
Yeah.
time, had we known.
In other news, who else was jamming? Not Ray J, but go ahead. I'm
Wait,
listening.
but time
Oh,
out. So
go
I
ahead.
want to touch on Ray J for a second. Did you did you send me that clip of Ray J performing on like a
If
street?
I was, I know I wasn't the only person to send it to you.
Yeah. So he was singing "If I Had One Wish," and he
My
wished he had
one
a six
wish is
pack.
that you would get a shirt.
He had no shirt on, and he had about a 6-month pregnant beer belly going on, singing his little heart out, doing what dance? I don't know. So nowadays on social media, they'll have like somebody dance like Maxwell, for example, and they'd be like, "We know one thing: there is no song that requires Maxwell to dance like that." So they recently got like now they've got Anthony Hamilton crazy dancing. They like the uncles are wilding out. Now I'm sorry, Ray J is going in that category with the uncles. There's
I can't.
no
I don't. What's happening here? Are we? What's happening? Do you? I
I
don't
don't
want to.
know.
I don't. Mm.
I don't know. I just know that I know we talked about him before, but there was something a while back about him asking Kai Cenat, like, "Yo, I want to come get in the shower with you, bro."
Oh,
Because
and I
Kai
saw it was
Cenat,
a video, and he got in the shower with him. It was eerie.
he
It
was
was
mad.
weird.
Like the dude, oh, he ended up getting no, he didn't make it in the shower with him.
No, I feel like I saw where he did, or he was trying to take his towel off or something. It was like
They
real
were like, "What are you
weird.
doing? Like, what are you doing?" Like, it's just one of those, like, he just wants to stay in the light. That's how I'm just seeing it with him. He wants to stay in the light. And it's like, he's always, ain't that Ray J's brother? I'm
I'm just
sorry,
like
ain't
Ray
that
J. I
Brandy's
mean,
brother?
Brandy,
Ain't that
Brandy, come
Brandy's
get your brother. Brandy,
yeah,
come get your brother, your grown ass
that's what he's
brother.
saying.
Because
Like, he's in love with you.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Is he trying to stay relevant? Which maybe he is,
That's
because
what I think it is.
I know Ray J more from reality TV than I do from his singing.
Wait a
Or is
minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, we see him more not because he's on tour singing his
Right.
songs. We see him more because he's on
He's
reality
on
TV.
reality. College Hill. Yeah, he
And
stays.
was he on College Hill? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he stayed. Yeah, they went back to college. Everybody went back. So they stay relevant through reality TV. So that's like your one stop before you close the door and be like, I'm staying inside. If you have any claim to fame, if you hit a reality show, you can get a check for it, then hey, he's here for it. I think that if he really wanted to coast and be like, I'm done with the limelight, I really think he could. But I think he's just there.
I think he could, like, or at least I think he needs a timeout, like
Do you
a
think
timeout.
let me ask you this. Do you think if he
Mm,
called Kim Kardashian and said, "Let me hold something," Do
would
you
she?
think do you think she would
Definitely
cut
not.
him do you think she cut him a little
No,
check?
he didn't he say that the feds is coming after her, that she worse than
Oh, for
Diddy?
defamation, I can never say it.
Defamation, that's what he said. Or she and then they suing him, so,
He better not,
mm,
right?
a mess, one
I'm
wish.
thinking, of all people in the world that like, if I need to hold something, you have, like, your one person in your back pocket, like, I would think for him, it'd be Kim Kardashian. He
I
has that
think
one
he's burned
person.
that bridge.
Damn it! Damn it, Ray J, damn it, he had one wish.
I don't know. You know what? I hope he gets better, because I don't think this is
I
him
don't know.
at his top tier self.
So, one of my girlfriends posted under the video, "Nurse." And she's a damn nurse. I ain't messing with her. Nurse. I'm reading you wrong for that. Oh my,
Oh man.
that was funny. So, well, something else that was funny until you find out it's not funny. So, producer Kevin McCall, he was breaking down on a podcast about the fact that he's broke and he's on EBT despite writing hits for Chris Brown. So we're looking like, why is this man crying? He's like, my EBT man. He's going in. So he co-wrote and produced hits like Deuces and Strip for Chris Brown. Now we know those songs are just big to the point where Chris Brown is just it. I don't know how to tell it. I don't know how to tell
Mhm,
you. Chris Brown is it.
mhm,
So,
mhm,
and we also know that Chris Brown also wrapped a $90 million tour. Did you hear me right? $90 million.
mhm.
So why is this producer who helped him with some of these hits. Why is he on government assistance? It's the math ain't mathin'. But
So, okay, go ahead. Because is this the same guy that Eva Marcel has the kids with, and she was saying it was some issues with him domestically? I
I
think it
don't know.
is. I don't want to put that
Eva,
on him, but I know he has kids with her. Eva Marcel. She's a cute,
okay,
that she in a lot of the Tyler Perry or whatever movies or something.
okay, all right.
Right? And then they was having some issues. Eva Pigford,
Is it Eva Pickford the
Eva
model?
Marcel.
Eva Marcel, Eva
Right.
Pickford.
She's
Okay.
married now. I think she's a Marcel, I think, but Eva Pigford, right. So he has 2 daughters with her. And I believe he was the one, let me not put that on her, but I think, if maybe that's one thing him and Chris Brown got in common.
Oh,
Cause yeah. So he was the one that she was calling the cops on. It was domestic violence with
oh,
him, and he spazzed out a little bit. I don't wanna say a little bit. I don't know.
is this Eva? Because only Eva Pickford, the only husband I have coming up is Michael
she's
Sterling. There's another one.
yeah, but that's her new
Oh,
husband.
now this is her
This
ex.
is not her, yeah, so they weren't married, they just have children together. These her kids that she has is
Okay,
his kids.
do
It's Kevin
tell.
McCall's kids. So that's all I'm saying, like, he's been in the spotlight before with some domestic violence issues with her.
Okay, and is that why he's broke?
I'm not saying I don't know. I don't know why he's broke, but I did hear Chris Brown kinda give his comment. He was like, basically that if he wrote all this music, it wouldn't even make any sense. He wouldn't be broke. So meaning he didn't write like he's saying he did.
Hmm.
That was straight from Chris Brown.
Well, he's a Leo. And he's from Watts, California. So to be honest with you,
Yeah, it was domestic violence while she was pregnant
yep,
with
yep, yep.
his.
You're right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man, he has a beautiful smile, nice looking. Um, he has a look. He definitely has a look. He's a little
Mhm.
Tyson Beckford and what's my man? Idris from Snowfall.
Okay, yeah, but he
Dancing
looked
Idris.
like he could be a little unhinged.
Ooh. Can I show you a picture? May I?
Go ahead. Yeah, it's nice.
All right. Anyway, so the moral of the story is that he has nice. He said he has to go with a ski mask on to get his EPT card so nobody notices him. And I just think of that episode of Martin when Martin had to go get unemployment and he
Oh my
came
gosh.
in. He came in with his Inspector Gadget jacket on.
I mean, is it that serious? And it's so
No,
silly. Like, if that was the case, why are you putting it out there? If you were so embarrassed and so didn't want people to know, why is it now
it's
becoming national
It's
news? Like,
because
what's
he
the
he had a
hypocrisy?
breakdown. He had a transparent breakdown in tears. Like, it's not fair, man. It's not fair. That's what, he just let all shackles go. Like, that's what happened in that moment. And all the brothers were just really supporting him. Like, man,
They
you did
were?
good in his life. Yeah, they weren't, coming down on him any worse during this episode or, this podcast. They bigged him up and told him that he's great, and nobody made him feel any worse. They said, who hasn't been, getting assistance? We all been in the gutter before. Like, anyway, it was nice to see they built him back up. But on the other hand, is if you really wrote this music, it's kind of makes me think of TLC and the TLC documentary and how
Mhm.
I remember Left Eye was doing the math and so like basically how Pebbles was robbing them. And she's like, so basically, if we did this tour, blah,
I
blah, blah,
remember
you know what I
that.
mean? And she
I
just went on to
remember.
say like things that went on for years. And like when you put your trust in the hands of people, and that's all it really was. Trust was, I'm not really looking at how this is going. The saying would be the math wasn't really math, and we were being robbed by so much money they were supposed to get that they didn't get.
Mm.
And when you hear a lot of these music groups that come out over the years, that's really what they talk about, how they're being robbed uh, for what they should have gotten, what they're worth. And in this case, this gentleman right here, for all you know, his lifestyle didn't match the money he was getting.
It could be,
For all you
champagne
know.
dreams, but you got beer money. But let me just read this quote from Eva Marcel talking about the abuse because I think this is relevant. Not saying that that's why he needs to be on EBT, but just, So she says on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and in interviews, Marcel alleged that McCall began physically abusing her while she was pregnant with their daughter, Marley Ray, and that the violence continued after their child was born. Marcel said the abuse created a lasting sense of fear even after they separated in 2015. She detailed having to move multiple times and taking out restraining orders because McCall would find her. Marcel described seeing him standing in the dark outside her home, which she said was the scariest feeling ever. So, I mean, I
Oh,
remember her talking about the physical abuse
oh my
that
God.
she suffered from him. So I'm, not saying it's alleged, but you reap what you sow.
Oh, okay. Well then, if you put that in fact form, then yes, that karma came back in an EBT card
Mhm.
and was like, "What you gonna eat now?
Mhm.
Now how you gonna eat?" Yeah, see, that comes back in many different ways. That karma. Now you crying on TV talking about it ain't fair, man.
It ain't right. Life ain't fair.
You're a
Mhm.
woman beater. Oh, okay. If that's the case, oh, okay. Comes back one way or the other. Life is
And okay, I don't even want to say, but going to another abuser and saying that you ain't get your money. I mean, look how the karma loop is wild. But okay.
You have more? What you got? What you got?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mhm.
All right, the
I'm
karma
just
loop.
I'm just saying, like, that's look how life is.
Yeah. You were like, hold on, let me just say, let me quote what Eva said over here before we clear his name really
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so he could be basically put up on different charges and possibly behind bars. However, he's a free man.
I mean,
And
she took out multiple restraining orders, so that's all I
okay.
needed
All right, yeah, no,
to know
I don't.
about him, about his story.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right. Well, and
Mhm.
all right, you're a free man. So I'm sorry that's happening. Don't wish no bad on nobody, but
Yep.
like you said, the karma
Well,
loop. That karma loop is wild. What
mhm.
more do you want from me? Um,
Is that
that's Tyrese.
that's Tyrese.
Sometimes I feel like if my snooze button could talk, that's what it would say. What more do you want from me? I'd be like, oh God, 8 more minutes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that should be the snooze
Okay.
button. All right. In other news, I want to say her name is
Keisha Kaor.
Keyshia Ka'oir, I
Mhm.
was gonna say, had an interview where she talks about protecting her man Gucci Mane, during his
Mhm.
schizophrenic episodes.
Woo.
And this was something you brought to my attention. She had an interview on the Breakfast Club, and it seemed like, Charlamagne has some really good questions for her. But she said that she knows when he's going to have an episode, and she deletes his apps. She changes passwords so that way he has no access to the outside world. Hence the fact that we don't see these episodes. So she does this to protect him. And I thought, wow, this is the love of a woman. He's so fortunate to have her in his life.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I know he's another one who's been in the spotlight because of reality TV as well.
Mhm.
And, I can't tell you that, I bought albums from Gucci Mane, I know the name and I know the tattoos on the face.
Lemon on my chain with the V cuts. That's my shit.
That's it. And you got more for me?
Good
But
drink. Big dr
you got more?
mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Okay.
No drop top. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
That's it?
That's all I got.
'Cause you got a long way to go. That's it.
That's Cassie.
I know, that was just that one hit, I know. Sometime I just if I know somebody
No,
from one
it's
song.
Gucci Mane. Big drink, good drugs, I guess. No drop top. Uh, 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 uh. Let me stop.
Somebody's listening and they're jamming like, "Get it, girl.
Let
All
me stop.
right."
I know.
I have no idea.
Lemon on the chain with the V
I
cuts.
remember that when it sounds like kids singing it in the back.
Lemon yellow. That's what I know.
Well, guess what?
But
He has schizophrenia.
you can't,
And he went to
man,
get a
listen.
diagnosis, and it's different when you are talking about someone with, mental health is serious and you have an array of different things, and I'm savvy with some of this stuff. So when she's talking about this, I'm like, oh my God, to the point where he even talked about hearing the voices and
Woo.
giving stuff away when he's going, he's in a psychosis.
Mhm.
And when he came out of incarceration, he wasn't he basically X'd out a lot of friends because he realized that they knew something was wrong, but they still took his generosity, when he got into this,
Mhm.
giving stuff away,
Mhm.
they still took it
Mhm.
anyway. So those were, ways of those aren't my friends. I have to
This
X them out. It was very sad. And I know they say Kanye was doing like the same thing.
But look at the difference between Kanye and here. So this is why I'm saying
Hit it, hit
get
it,
you a good
hit it. I know where you're going. I
you
know where
already
you're
know
going.
what I'm gonna
I
say.
already know.
A good black woman makes all the difference. You see that? Because we did not know. Now, of course, I'm sure people around them close, but like I had no idea that this man had schizophrenia. And it wasn't until, I mean, obviously they wrote a book and now they're talking about it with a mental health. She's talking about his mental health and how she was able to pick up the signs and catch it before it got really out of hand. She knew. That is the difference between when you hear Kim Kardashian talking about
Kanye.
how
Yes.
Kanye, but in a way like he would give away all the Lamborghinis, and I'm not even saying it the way she said it, but just the difference that you see. You see this black woman and Keyshia Ka'oir, you got to give it to her. I mean, she's done a whole entire face over. She's done a whole a face off, however, cuz she has grown children in addition to I think the child or maybe they have one or two she has with Gucci Mane.
Okay.
She has grown children. I mean, they like she might be a grandmother, I think.
Okay.
So she takes care of herself. So obviously, and she was the one, and I think Gucci Man will tell that story how when he went to jail and he
Mm.
gave her $2 million to flip or $1 million or whatever to flip, and that's exactly what she did. So you got to know the people that are down, up with you for things like this. So through thick and thin. So I admire that and that they were able to um talk about it in a sense is she's able to manage it and they're able to manage that because that's schizophrenia. That's a serious diagnosis. I'm not a doctor, but good lord, like whoo.
Yeah, seeing schizophrenia in the real like that, like hearing her talk with so much confidence and her love for him, I just I give her so many I give her my heart. I give her wow because for me I'm listening I'm like, "Girl, that's a red flag." That right there,
Right.
like
I don't
that
know if
right
I could do
there,
that.
like
Whew.
he is one big walk-in I'm proud to be an American flag. He is
And I don't even know if it's an American flag. It's a one big red
I'm
flag.
just saying the she's waving a flag. I'm just using the song. She's waving that
Mm.
that is a red flag. Like you mean to tell me that like he told you like yeah, I hear voices and whatever it is, whenever you start to see it coming and that wasn't your
Mhm.
cue to be like, "You know what? Let me get up out of here and get my shit and
For
go
real?
leave." You know what? Fuck it. Y'all can keep it. You ever be ready to go? They can keep everything. You know what?
Yep. No,
Have
I'm
it all.
good. Don't even worry about it.
I'll buy
Mm-mm.
new. I'll buy
I,
new. But what about the TV? Best Buy will have a
it's
sale.
yours.
I'll buy new. Don't
Merry
you worry.
Christmas.
What about your shoes? I'll be like, I'll turn into
I
Prince.
will say though, please pack my shoes up. I'll send
Right,
for
right,
them.
yeah, I was about to say, I'll be like Prince. But wait about what do they say when Prince says his ride? Not the ride. To have your face all up in the place. Ride. Yeah, my shoes. Wait a minute. But no, I mean, he didn't give
Mhm.
her, I think, yeah, it was good that he had like, take this $1 million a flip. And then she probably was like, you know what? Maybe we could talk a little bit when you put that red flag down.
Yeah. Yeah. And like she said, she came up with a strict regimen on
Yeah,
how to handle his episodes. Whew.
and they have
And they
kids.
have,
They have
a young
kids.
child or young children. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I'm being silly and I'm cracking jokes and all that, but like in reality, the real mature Shatara, I have to give her a lot of credit for that. Like, wow, girl, you're a whirler.
Mhm.
Whoa, you have you're great because everybody in those states needs somebody,
Mm.
right? I can
Yep.
say that everybody needs somebody.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right, and it's good that you have somebody who truly loves you because like you said people will take advantage of you.
Yeah. So that's what I said. It's the difference. Say what you want,
Mhm,
but that's a black woman doing black woman things.
mhm. Black woman
Okay.
doing black
I'm
woman
done.
things.
I'm done. I'm done.
I'm done. Well, you know what Snoop said when Kanye was going through that stuff and he was like what Kanye needs is a good black woman.
Did he say that?
I'll never forget
I didn't
that.
know he
Yes,
said it, but
I'll
I
never
think
forget that. Yes, he did.
yeah. Yeah, and it's cuz you can see it's like night and day between like what? Gucci Mane got I'm just saying nobody even knew that.
Yeah, and
Not really.
I appreciate and admire that. Like that was super.
Mhm.
That's dope of her. And the way, she's able to sit with him and not feel ashamed and not feel any type of way
Mhm.
with the whole, my man. She's like, no, he's all me. Oh, he's so
Yep.
fortunate. He's busted.
Absolutely, because you know they done had some crazy times. Whew.
Girl, don't get me going.
Mm.
They could have amazing role play. I know that much. Who are you today?
Oh, anyway. All right. Real quick, so Diddy, he has a release date. It's May 8th, 2028. So he's got a good what is that, like 2.5 years?
Hmm.
He gonna be down. At least the Federal Bureau of Prisons, they posted it on the website. So we'll be seeing you.
Let me ask you, if he
Mm-hmm.
were to come out and make music,
Mm-hmm.
are you listening for it?
That's that's a little more difficult than say R. Kelly. I don't know why. And
What?
I don't what?
Wait.
It's more. I could more easy say that for R. Kelly. Like, absolutely. I listen to R. Kelly now, and I
Oh,
still
okay.
listen to Diddy. I still listen to
Okay.
Diddy's music now. I
Okay.
don't know if I'm going to post Diddy. I don't even know, because honestly, what did Diddy do by himself? It was always others. It wasn't like,
Oh man.
even that last album, and I know people that loved it. The whatever, the Love album, whatever it was. I did not like it. I like the other people on it, but not really.
No, I don't.
So
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think.
know.
But I feel like listening to the radio now,
Mhm. It's
they have
missing.
like it'll be Bad Boy for like a stretch, and like you said, it's always with other people, and I just be like the fact that he produced that, put together, I'm like, oh boy, like
Yeah.
that boy talented. Now, would I want to hear what he comes up with? Yep, I would. First of all, but I will say, on the other hand, to what you were saying, I don't know where you were going with R. Kelly. I don't know where you were going. That's why I was like,
What?
what? You're not waiting for R. Kelly to come out. We
No, I'm
need
saying, like, don't you say nothing about my R. Kelly now. Don't. I'm
we
saying,
need
yeah.
we need Kelly. We need Kelly to come back because I appreciate the Mutt song. I'm a dog. I'm a mutt.
And that
Ooh,
remix with Abs.
that what? And then I appreciate what Chris Brown is doing, but even then, I just be like a little bit of that right there. It gives me like R. Kelly. Like R. Kelly would flip that, and sure enough, R. Kelly did the song from prison. He remixed the song.
Oh, I gotta hear it. I didn't
He's
hear
like,
it.
no, you did. You remember everybody was doing
Oh,
the residuals, and he was like,
oh
it's your time.
yeah. Oh
Our time,
yeah.
gotta go." He called it rec time. I think it's rec time, gotta go. Either way,
Whew.
it was so he made it. He turned it into a
He
song. The
did it.
Talented Kelly. He still
Yeah.
did it from prison. It was like ding 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 ding, like gotta go. So I'm Kelly just made great music. Putting aside, he made great music. I want to
Yeah.
step
So,
in the name of love.
hmm.
I said I'm ready to step in the name of love at the
Yeah,
barbecue.
I said I'm all for it. I don't know what. But would I listen to Diddy when he comes home? Like, yeah, we'll see what he does. I would be open to see what he does.
That yeah, if it came on the radio and they're like, season, premiere, blah blah whatever, I'd be like, I want to hear what he did. What did he come up with in his time away?
I agree. I agree.
He gonna
All
leave
right.
prison with artists. He's like, I
Hmm?
signed every. He's gonna leave prison with a whole bunch of artists that he signed.
This would be very interesting. It would be interesting to see. And who would sign to him at this point?
Oh, the possibilities.
I don't know. Stop. Let's give him. Can we get a 2.5 year break before we decide what he going to do?
It's Diddy.
I'm Diddy'd out.
You did it out.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
I'm Harlem shooketh. I'm good.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm good
That's a
for a
good
while.
time.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. All right. You want to get woke?
Yeah, I always want to get woke. Not
Go
really,
for
but
it.
always. All right. So, in this
Enlighten us.
episode of the Woke Minute. So, first of all, remember, guys and ladies and gentlemen, please join our Twiz Pod fam on Supercast for $4.99 monthly. You get live shows, exclusive access to our private Facebook group. So, the link is in the notes. So, let's get right into it. So, this is very interesting, something I've been researching. So, have you ever heard of this guy named Palmer Luckey? If you haven't heard of him, I'm pretty sure we all know his company and what he created. So Palmer Luckey owns and runs Anduril Industries, and they're actually the company he founded, and he created the Oculus VR. The headsets.
Mm-hmm.
I bought them for my kids. For my kid, everybody had them, these VR headsets. So Lucky and that's his real name, has publicly stated that his company Anduril is building this autonomous AI enabled weapon system. So we're talking drones, subs, they call them swarms, where they get like the drones to get drones together. This shit is crazy. So this is an act of shifting um military procurement from a contractor model. So, think Boeing and Lockheed Martin, where the government puts in an order and it takes months, and our tax dollars are on the line. And so now he's saying that weapons are going to be more in line with a product factory model. So basically saying that he's turning the defense industry into a product factory. So it's kind of like Silicon Valley for weapons. So think of your AI weapons being made like smartphones, coming out with these new additions and scalable. So, the question really is like, well, who is really in control here? So, one of the things that was really interesting, and just a kind of a blur, but I'm peep game here. So several tech companies, and I think Amazon, and I even think the metaverse or Facebook or whatever you want to call it now, a lot of them have sworn in their CEOs to be like US Army civilians or on the reserve program. So now you have these CEOs who are holding ranks like lieutenant colonel in the military. This was all done like they these mass swearing ins from tech companies into the government. So another thing, Palantir, which is a data and AI company, and they're also very heavily involved in defense and intelligence. So think, because Palantir has this way of, they're looking to like militarize AI. So they're the ones that put like there's these packs that you can put on, the military, the soldiers can put on, and it's heat seeking. It reminds me of like Predator, like, but on a whole nother level. So this is where this is all going, and Amazon is involved, the CEOs metaverses, and they're deputizing, like I said, these high ranking officials to come in and be in the, be a part of the military. So this is all very crazy going on. What do you think about
Oh,
this?
okay. So just that's a lot. That was a lot. So I'm thinking about the metaverse and just technology and how far it's advancing. So you telling me that AI would technically come in and be considered a decorated soldier?
No, what's happening is you
They're
have
giving
these
them
tech companies that are now militarizing or
right,
getting involved in the military. So, I mean, you look at somebody like Lucky Palmer, he owns a he owns a tech company. But
right,
now they're being called to in defense of the United States of America. So, where he hasn't gone through the military, he
right,
hasn't been military trained,
right.
but now we're putting our defense into the hands of these tech companies. That's what's going on. So the
Whew,
question begs, who is really in control? And then again, now we're talking about our dollars, because our tax dollars are funding these programs, these defense programs.
right,
So, it's should there be a line drawn, which I think there should, between technological companies and
mhm,
military roles. But now we're seeing a crossover, evidently, between Silicon Valley and the defense of the global defense. How is that? How is that even? It's happening before our eyes, and I thought it was really interesting because of this mass deputization of tech company executives, now becoming colonels and lieutenants in the military.
right. That's what
What's
I'm
that
saying.
for?
They're being ranked. Right. You said like so that's why I'm like, so are they decorated soldiers now? Like just because what? Like, are you serious? Like you got a ranking?
Yeah,
That would be your decorated, right? You're ranked.
yeah,
So and why? Because oh, I'm a high end tech guy. Like you haven't really put in the time for that. But okay, if technology and your brain got you there, it's not right. But it also makes me think of how far this will evolve. And I think of okay, will everyday people eventually have access to some of these high tech weapons?
absolutely. I mean, this is what's coming. It's just to be really just to be aware
Huh.
because
Huh.
you know, who is going to be controlling this? And then we know how this good old United States of America and globally how we're seen and how there is always a power struggle. I don't care what is going on. So what are the implications not just in the United States but worldwide
Mhm.
because we are doing this? And what do they know that we don't know? What is meanwhile we as the public we're funding all of this.
Wow. I see this evolving and I see us having this conversation a couple years, not so far down, a couple years on the line. And I think that they will be using robots to fight and they will no longer be
Well, they
using
already
humans.
are. That's a given. The military's already using that. I mean, they can have warfare going on
Yep.
from thousands of miles away. We know
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it started from, let's say, drones and it goes on from there. So I think hopefully the only one of the good things that'll come out of this is there will be no need for humans to lose their lives. There will be no men at war, women at war. Hopefully it'll be a matter of technology is used and kind of like duking it out like a video game. Like that would be the
Yeah, I don't
best.
like it. Yeah, I mean, look, I watched what is it? War Games with Matthew Broderick back in the day. I don't know if you remember that one, but
No.
from a tiny like Atari like game, like a system. So now we're talking we are basically allowing these tech companies to rewrite the rules of war or
Very
warfare,
much.
and privatizing it for a very chosen few.
Well, I think that's a scary thought, but then I always think about like the nuclear missile and stuff like that. Like at some point you have to know that that's going to advance. All that is going to advance. So, and I just feel like an Amazon want it in. Like I just feel they some of these companies like, yeah, we want
No,
in.
but it's a little it can be a little scary. So
Of
Lucky told
course.
60 Minutes that his factory is producing tens of thousands of autonomous weapons every year, and that quote a Tesla has better AI than any US aircraft. So one of the things that
Mm,
this guy uh uh Lucky
lucky.
and I've heard him talk about that was the goal is, of course, they talk about sentient, but the goal is to make it make AI think on its own. So thinking on its own and making decisions, being a decision maker.
Right.
This is what Lucky Palmer is pushing for the this modernization of warfare or weapons.
So it is a great dependency on technology to a fault, as it's going to be to a human fault. I think of the movie we were just watching it with Will Smith and they were robots. Is it iRobot?
iRobot. Mm-hmm.
And the robots basically were in the place of police officers, soldiers, it was just, and then uh, eventually they had hearts and minds. But that's how I see things evolving right there
Well, pay attention.
yeah,
Pay
in a
attention
short
because
time.
as much as we have free will and all of these great um um freedoms, these are types of things that can take away our freedoms bit by bit. And this is why it's important to pay attention and be on high alert because this is going on whether we wanted to or not. So pay
Yeah,
attention.
yeah. And these are weapons. I was in the grocery store and a long, like it was like a rectangular on wheels, and it said, "I am taking stock." And it
Mhm.
was
Oh,
a
yeah,
robot taking
Walmart
stuff
has that.
to the grocery
Mhm.
store. I was in the shop, right? And me and this lady like got out of its way. Now this is not the first time.
Mhm.
Then there was another one. So I'm like, okay, it's like two of them. So that took somebody's job. I'm thinking like, because I remember back in the day, somebody would be taking stock. You had to give
At
that
night,
stuff,
they would be
right?
doing inventory, right? Yep.
Right. So that means okay, you took somebody's job. Then I go to checkout. I have two different self checkout options, literally grocery store full of registers, but guess what, everybody's a computer's going to check you out. How about that? So that's
Mhm.
another job. And then from there I go to Easy Pass and drive Easy Pass. So many jobs are being taken because of technology.
Mhm. Very interesting. So be aware because this is the future for and I don't want to say warfare, but the future of our civilization where AI is becoming more autonomous, and artificial intelligence is going to be driving our global relations. And
Oh,
that's what it means. All right.
that's scary,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fast changing, like
Yep.
quick. All right. Do we want to go to where we at with our topic?
Whatever you want. Where we
Um,
at?
well, I just wanted to mention really quick the food stamps, the SNAP program. It is
Mm-hmm.
set to dry up on November 1st, which is this weekend. So, roughly 42 million Americans rely on food stamps that arrive every month. They have, look at this, electronic transfers that go right to their cards.
Mm-hmm.
And as of November 1st, that aid is set to abruptly stop amid the ongoing U.S. government shutdown. So, this is leaving households scrambling to figure out how to put food on the table. And this has been a thing, especially with the government shutdown. I know we traveled recently, and that's something
Mm-hmm.
that I had to think about. Just moving around. They're understaffed. They were saying the air traffic people is an issue, so it's a little scary with this government shutdown. But now it's to the point where people are not going to be able to eat, and I hate to be one of those people that doesn't apply to me. So so what? Actually, this is like one of the biggest headlines, and a gentleman mentioned that at his daycare center they put out like a food pantry, and saying that the food
Mm-hmm.
pantry has a time limit on it, and how sad it was for him to see that his kid goes to a daycare that people are actually hungry, and they rely solely on these food stamps. And like this, like what's going United States, what's going on, like what's going on.
Yeah.
So Republicans, Democrats, they need to come to some type of agreement on what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
uh
And you're saying, and you're right, it just because it doesn't affect you, it actually does. And it does affect, even
Absolutely.
when you think about the economy. And it's a cyclical thing, because most people who get SNAP benefits, they use it locally, with local businesses. So imagine when that well runs dry, who's going to take the fall, who's going to feel it. So it affects the
Yeah.
economy drastically. I think I was listening where they said it was, it's billions of dollars that circulates. Businesses run,
Hmm.
and the
Hmm.
economy circulates because of the benefits that
Hmm.
are given monthly to families. So in addition to the poverty and the financial burden, and we're also talking about how this affects the economy. So it does affect us,
It's yeah.
in so many ways.
Yeah, food is going to go up. So you're right. There is a $8 billion halt that's going to take place, and that's
Whew.
going to impact local businesses, farms, groceries, and there is $1.60 that is called the multiplier effect. So for every $1.60 flowing through the local economy, helps supporting spending, jobs, and growth. So you take your $1.60 to $8 billion, and you do the math, and it's going to be definite. Our food prices are going to go up. You think food is high now? You think eggs was high last month? Oh, things are going to go up. Things are going to get really bad. And it's just I'm like, okay, what do we need to do? So they're opening
Yeah.
up pantries everywhere. I have a pantry over here in my neighborhood that I will be donating to, at this local church as well. And
Hmm.
hopefully things will get better before they get worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I volunteer for Meals on Wheels. So one of the things that we've seen is that, the meals, we go and pick them up at the center and then distribute them to different families, different people in need. But even the pantry is shrinking, and it's an economical thing. So it's not just SNAP benefits, but if the money is not moving around, if people can't, it's going to affect everybody.
Right.
So
Yep, everybody. So this is not a black thing. This is not a white thing. This is
mm-mm,
a
not a poor
everybody.
thing. It's definitely going to affect. So they need to figure out something soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Okay. Where
That's
we
it.
at?
We can get to the weekendy.
Do it.
All right.
Do it. Do
So
it.
if you or someone you love have questions for the weekend diva, please leave us a voicemail. Go to our link tree. All right. Link tree twist pod. Scroll to the bottom and leave a
That's
voice
right.
message. Isn't that cool? You
Hmm.
guys can leave us voice messages, and we'll take your call. We'll take your questions. You're welcome to it. Come on in.
Yes.
So we have here. So This was a headline which I just thought was interesting, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on it because I actually have
Mhm.
something to say about it. Okay,
Mhm.
so this young lady was saying, when your man randomly starts acting funny with you, he's preparing you. He's met someone new or someone old has returned. Your replacement is on standby. What you think about that?
I mean, no lies told. I, I, I thought that was a given, right? Like, as soon as he start, because I know me. If I start acting a little funny, it's because something new is on my mind. It may not even be, but yeah. So usually, because I'm a pretty solid person, but I just know for myself, like, he just get on my nerves after a while because
You got
something else,
something
you see
else
something, you
brewing?
might see a little something else, or it could be. So I'm gonna agree with this statement. Yes, you're man, because men can act a little funny. They start act out of the blue, just acting a little. If he was reliable and then he starts being more unreliable, it's usually something that's taking up his time and energy. And it might not even he might not have even acted on it, but it's on the horizon.
It's on the
Yeah.
horizon. It's like the fuckery has begun.
Yeah.
And you can feel it. So if you're really in tune with somebody where like you do have a connection with that somebody, you can tell like it's off. I
Mm-hmm.
remember the movie He's Really Not That Into You with Bradley Cooper and Scarlett Johansson, and he was like cheating on his wife. Anyway,
Is that what is that? I remember he's really not that into you, but I don't
yeah,
remember
and
Scarlett Johansson.
Barrymore was in
Okay.
it too. Everybody's different lives all combined. Anywho, and when Bradley Cooper actually is caught out there like cheating, whatever, she's like, the affair went on for a whole year. And then his response to her was, "And how did you not notice?"
Mm.
Cold blooded.
Mind
Cold
blown.
blooded. I was like, wait, did he just say? Yeah, and
Mind
that was his,
blown.
that was his question. And how did you not notice? Like how do we lose connection so much that you can't even tell? Like I'm getting rocked like somewhere else. I'm having a good time. I'm at a different party, honey. The DJ's playing a different song. And then she just didn't know what to say. Like she was coming at him. Like, and how did you not notice? Like a whole year went by? Like, so clearly they got a divorce and she caught him smoking. That was how like it happened. Like anyway, so I know that I've been in a relationship before and I'll never forget my man started kissing differently. And
Oh,
that's when it kind of
that's
was
why
like
you broke it down to the very last
I was like,
compound.
"Ooh," I my whole
Where this coming from?
he did something different. I was like, it was you know what I'm saying? Like where you get that move from? Like hold on a minute. And then I just knew like something was just different. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I gotta ponder on this. The wheel started turning. I was like,
Wheels on the bus, man. Whew.
hmm. And it's
That's
one
what
thing
did
if
it? That's
it's
so
one thing if
funny.
it's like a good thing, like, oh, you had a little fun, but it was like, nah, that was just a little bit. That's how synchronized we were. We were lock and key. we we were tight like a tiger.
That's
The
so
switch up.
funny.
So there was that little switch up, and then
Mm,
that accumulated to like, you ever argue and then a motherfucker just don't give a fuck? You ever
yeah.
argue and a motherfucker just has
And
a different type of
just
swag with like not caring,
mhm.
like,
Say that real fuck shit like, "Oh."
like, so I must have I ain't shit on my t-shirt. Is that what
Mhm.
he just you know what I mean? He really has a different flex with him. You'd be like, oh, like, okay. And then the minute I'll usually say something real foul. I'm like, somebody else is sucking his dick. Somebody is sucking his
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? You can just tell, he walk out on an argument. He don't even care no more. He's like, oh, but I wasn't done talking.
Like, "That's what we doing?"
What? He'd be like, wait, is the door closed? Did the motherfucker just leave? So men, so and the woman goes on to say, like, ladies, like, what did she say? Like, you have to learn how to like speak a man's language. Like, 'cause sometimes they don't even
Mhm.
say nothing.
Yep.
It's in their lack of like fight. If they not fighting to make shit right, like 9 times out of 10, he
Mhm.
got something right going on somewhere else.
Mhm.
He don't care.
Yep.
Because I know I can flex with you too. I know that I've not cared before too.
I love that when I get to that point, like, it's all good. Like, don't let me get to that point.
Oh,
It's
now
all good.
that is what a married
'Cause
woman told
yeah,
me. A married doctor, my very good friend. She
when
said
it's
to me,
all good.
no, no, no. She said, when you get to the point that you don't care,
Mhm.
that's when
Well,
you're
that I
actually
could have told you that. That was
like that.
that was the point, where I got divorced, because that point was,
You don't care.
you just don't care. You don't it's like either way, like,
You
it's
don't
all
care.
good.
Like,
It's all
girls, your
good.
man sleeping with somebody, you'd be like, whatever. Good for him. Let him have some
Yep.
fun. If he is
All
good,
good.
get it.
That's what I'm saying. When I get to that "it's all good" point, it is all good
Yeah,
because I don't care.
if you catch me saying do your thing, not a good sign.
Like, "Okay,
Not a good
player."
sign. If I say do your
Like,
thing.
"Oh, okay, player.
Right. Ooh, yeah, hit you with one of those.
Okay, player."
That's yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Just I'm not saying you should look for the kissing and all that because that's not always the case. But
But
when
the
you know,
point is, like, that the part of start acting funny, you should know it being in sync with your man, what that means, you know? Like, it's acting that part acting funny. You need to define that in that
whew,
relationship.
whew,
What does that mean? Because
whew.
like, mm.
And the one thing with men
Because
is
it could be, I remember me to cut you up, but I
you
remember one
tell.
time with someone where he just got too nice. And I know in the whole scheme of things, we like nice guys. But when I say that was where I'm like, he started acting funny because he ain't normally this nice. And it ended up being a bunch of other stuff. Like, he just became, it was way syrupy sweet, like way too nice. Like,
He was
this
guilty.
ain't even you. What's going on? And
But you know what?
I think he was trying to work his personality to be with somebody else. Like, play that role. I don't,
Well,
that's what I thought.
wait, but see now, you better than me because I know that I've had a moment where I actually had that moment of like, oh, he thinks he's about to get caught, or like he's a little bit in between.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It was right, and
Oh,
that's a
and I
little
eat
bit
it
of
right
it
on
too.
up.
Like,
I
you
eat I ate it up. I played Lieutenant Danes. I just ate it right on up. I just was like, oh, had it. I remember his head was like on my lap watching TV. I was like, It's like, yeah, I smell the bullshit. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna keep this one together until I have facts. I'm just gonna hold this one down. One of my girlfriends like, yo, you are crazy. I was like, oh yeah,
that's the Scorpio in you.
I'm
You
gonna
gonna
hold this
wait.
one
Mhm.
till it's a fact because I can't wait to look you in your eye and
But
present
you
the
do it.
facts.
Mhm.
Oh, kingdom come, girl.
Mhm.
Not no assumptions, not no I'm guessing, I'm thinking. The facts.
That's you. Mhm. I
It's
get
better
it.
that way.
Yeah.
Ain't no Sherlock Holmes going on up in chia.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
but men, they don't realize that without saying it, they give themselves away.
absolutely.
That's really, that's all. So, hey, just what do you just have to wait for the bomb to drop? Is that part?
Mm-mm. Mm.
Because if not, they'll drag it out.
Yeah, very, very, as much as you can take, that's as much as they're gonna give on both ends.
Y'all both be in there with the side eye. You know something? You know something?
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
something? Why? You know something?
Yeah, but that was a good one. I mean, I definitely agree. He starts randomly acting funny with you. He's preparing you. You just gotta
He's
take the sign.
preparing you. Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
this
Yeah,
is a good one for our book when we
yeah,
write our book.
yeah. Not all people can juggle. That's why they say a man
Mhm.
is only faithful a man is only faithful as much as he can afford.
Is that what they say?
Something to that extent. Yeah, he's only as faithful as basically like to what he can afford. So that's why they say like if you have like two girls, like hope you can afford her. Like what can you afford? He's only as faithful as his money will take him.
Is that what it is? Oh, okay. I don't
Yeah.
even think
So
that's it. A nigga could be pot with no
oh,
pot pissing, and it don't mean a thing.
it
So,
don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing.
it
Yeah,
don't even
that's
mean a thing. Eh,
oh, he's only as faithful as his options. That's what it is. He's only as faithful
okay.
as his options. Yeah. So money comes into play with that one. But like you said,
I don't really know what that meant. Like, I've heard that before, but I'm like, I don't know if I believe that part. But okay.
well, you ever heard the saying, the bigger the ring, the bigger
Men
the
are
treat?
faithful because that's what they want to do.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
The bigger the ring, the bigger the cheat.
Yeah, I did. I've heard that.
So that
Yeah.
so that goes along with the whole
Mhm.
the options.
Okay.
But like
Mm.
you said, you can have no pot to piss in, and Larry still got a
Over
girl at
here,
the job.
sleeping on somebody's couch and still
Right?
juggling.
Right? Don't you mean to tell me she's take you? Yeah, I'm gonna take her out. What? I know you know somebody.
You're
You'll be
like,
like,
"You
look,
nigga living with a roommate and still out here."
it don't matter. You be like, I gotta pay this child support, but I gotta go see how many girlfriends you got. We both
Mhm.
know somebody, and a little bit of everybody. Look at me looking at you.
Goodness.
Like, wow, how do you find the time? Wait,
Exactly. How do you
wait.
do it?
The best one is I think I
We find
reposted
a
the
way.
meme. It says, "You have married men that have whole families, girlfriends. Don't let no single man ever tell you he's too busy."
That's what I'm saying. Right. I saw a meme recently and the girl was saying that the ones that gave her time and the what basically the most faithful were the men that were so busy. So
Oh
in
yeah, I
other words, it's
reposted
just you
that.
prioritize. You prior and man and women too. You prioritize your time. You do exactly what it is that you want to do. So if
Yeah,
you wanted to do it, you always find time.
it's respect. She said communication. Well, for the one I've reposted, she said it's respect.
Yes,
So when somebody
okay, you
communicates,
posted it. I was like,
yep.
that was really good.
Yeah, she
That
did.
was a
She
good
said
one.
it's
Mhm.
respect because the busiest person will find the time when they respect you and your time.
Absolutely, because
This
of
is what they
respecting
want to do.
time. So
So
yeah,
yeah, it's like
absolutely.
you got a good one, you got a good one. But if you don't got a good one, at least be able to know what you're working with.
That's right.
So
Okay.
you can.
Good one.
All right.
Mhm.
Should I go to my gym? What are we
Yeah,
looking
let's
like?
do it.
All right. So
Let's do it. Let's do it.
so this goes way back. So this is Silk the Shocker. I'm gonna say Down from My Ninjas. And
Okay.
it's now you were talking about how Master P and No Limit, they came out with all of these movies constantly. So going back to let's say 1997, this
Mhm.
was C Murder released with Silk the Shocker, and oh my god, it's a whole slew of them. And yeah, this is dun, 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 dun. I don't want to say it. F them ninjas because I'm down for my ninjas.
It's what's the song? He says my niggas. You don't
I'm
want
not
your
saying
niggas?
that.
But that's what he says. It's the song.
Well, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying
Okay. And then on the radio it was hitters.
F the mother hitters because I'm down for my hitters. All right.
Okay. You don't want to curse now. You are too funny. Nah, I don't want to curse.
No,
I
no,
curse all the time, but I don't want to curse right now.
I'm not saying the N word. That's what I just didn't do,
Oh, okay. Okay.
motherfucker.
All right. So what song is it? Is it about it or no? This is down for my hitters.
This is down for my hitters. Yeah, I was gonna do about it because that beat just gets me. And Master P came
I
in,
don't even
but
know that beat, but okay.
yeah,
Let's do it. Do it
it's a little
again. Sound
whiny
like
beat.
the beat sound like sour milk. Do it again.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't do the beat any justice. I apologize, Master P, but
Oh man. Okay.
the beat is
So when
important.
did this song come out? I'm trying to think. That was like
1997 player.
oof.
Under No Limit. And I just always have to give so much respect to Master P. I don't know. Y'all could joke, y'all could say what you want. I don't care. His son Romeo was in the commercial for colleges, and he had a little acting career. And then I know his wife, he was always putting his wife on a nice little platform. I know that they are divorced now, but
Mhm.
remember they had a little reality show for a minute, and and I just had to give him a lot of props. He's a businessman. He put his family on. I
Absolutely.
know he loves his home, and this a good country smart businessman, and he's still standing.
Mhm. Absolutely. I give it to him. He took that $10,000 that he inherited from his grandfather and turned it into an empire for himself and his family. And
Yes,
can't say anything about that, anything
great
bad about that.
legacy. Yeah, great
So
legacy.
this
So
was a little, but when this song came out, it got on my nerves. Touch the mother hitters because it's down for my hitters. It got on my nerves. Plus, they had a video for it, and it wasn't Master P. This was C Murder, the one
Mhm.
that's actually in jail for murder. His brother
Oh
in
my
jail
god.
for life for murder.
Mhm.
C Murder and This was during the time that Snoop Dogg was on No Limit for a minute. So Snoop Dogg was on Snoop Doggy Dogg and
So Snoop Dogg was with Death Row. Then he came over
then he
to No
came over to
Limit.
No Limit
Then didn't he go
for a
back to Death
minute.
Row?
I don't know if he
I
went
think he went
back.
back to Death Row. He's on the show The Voice, and he's wearing a Death Row Productions chain.
Really?
Yes, he is, and it has like a little film. And yeah, he is. So
Oh,
I think he's back.
interesting. I gotta look into that. I don't know, but this was. It was an annoying song for me. I know you mean.
Yeah,
Like, oh my gosh.
it was a little marching
But it
song.
was a classic, but it definitely right.
Then you have to.
Definitely is a classic. Definitely, but
Guess
it,
what me is a suicide.
it's so West Coast for me. Like,
Face.
if I think of the West Coast is what I think of this song.
Don't
Even
be
though
the case.
it's not all West Coast, but it just reminds me. South meets the
Nola,
West.
Nola. Yeah, baby.
Baby.
Mm,
Ooh, child, when that came on. Ugh.
that was a good get up in the morning, brush your teeth. Come on, let's go.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's all we
Okay.
need. All right,
Good one. Good one though. Okay. Thank you for
all
taking
right,
us back to 1997. But alas, we gotta come up to today and end this. So
all right.
look, y'all, we have come to the end. So if you've laughed, you've learned, or side-eyed somebody today, please follow That's What I'm Saying in your podcast app and turn on automatic downloads. It's free and it helps us keep making this show. Also, if you got a little messy question for the Weekend D Report or you want to be a guest on the show, leave us a voicemail message. Anonymous is fine if you don't want your name mentioned. And just open the Linktree link in the notes, scroll to the bottom, leave a voice message.
Yes. And people, become a member of the Twist Pod fam. Being a member means you'll get access passes to a monthly live show that's only for our members. Plus, you also get access to the Twist Pod fam private Facebook group where members can interact with each other and with us, your host. Exclusive access to monthly giveaways. It's a good time. Members only live Q&A sessions and shout
Yeah,
outs.
it's going to be a good time, y'all.
Voting power. Let me just talk about the voting power on future episodes, topics, and guests. So that's something where I have a lot of friends that are like, hey, can y'all talk about this? Hey, can you have this is your time. So this is all
Absolutely.
for $4.99 a month. That's it.
And also brands. You can tap our link tree and hit sponsor us and we can get you in, and follow us on Instagram at TwistPod. And
if you want to keep up to date on all my upcoming comedy shows, as well as our podcast and TV events, please hit up the link tree on TwistPod, and you can go to my website, chataracurry.com. So as always, people, stay healthy, so well. We so appreciate y'all for joining us one more time, live and in person on video. Peace out.
peace, y'all.